In a quiet neighborhood lived a young girl named Amara. Amara was only 17 years old when her parents sent her to the city to work as a maid. Life in the village was hard. Her father was sick, and her mother struggled to feed the family. So, when a rich woman named Madame Rose offered Amara a job as a housemaid, her parents believed it was a blessing. But they didn't know that Amara's life would soon turn into a nightmare. From the first day she arrived, Amara realized that things were not what they seemed. Madame Rose was harsh and cold. "Wake up at 5 a.m., clean the whole house before breakfast," she would shout. Amara washed clothes, cleaned the house, cooked, and took care of everything. Yet nothing she did was ever good enough. If the floor had a tiny stain, slap. If the food had a little too much salt, slap. "Useless girl," Madame Rose would yell. Amara cried many nights in silence, wiping her tears so no one would see. But the worst problem in that house was Madame Rose's son, Kevin. Kevin was 24 years old, lazy, arrogant, and spoiled. At first he would only stare at Amara in strange ways. Whenever she passed, his eyes followed her. It made Amara uncomfortable. One afternoon, while Madame Rose was at work, Amara was in the kitchen washing plates. Suddenly, she heard footsteps behind her. It was Kevin. He leaned against the wall, staring at her. "You're very beautiful for a maid," he said slowly. Amara lowered her head. "Sir, please. I'm working." Kevin walked closer, too close. Amara's heart started beating fast. Then he grabbed her wrist. "Leave me, sir," she cried, trying to pull away. Kevin laughed. "Who will believe you?" he whispered. Amara struggled with all her strength and managed to escape his grip. She ran to her small room and locked the door. Her body trembled the whole night. She wanted to tell Madame Rose, but fear stopped her. What if she wasn't believed? What if she lost her job? Her family depended on the money she sent home. So Amara stayed silent. Days passed. Kevin became worse. He would block her path in the hallway, brush his hands against her, or whisper disgusting things into her ears. Amara lived every day in fear. Then, one terrible evening, Madame Rose traveled for a business meeting. Only Amara and Kevin were in the house. Amara tried to finish her work quickly so she could hide in her room. But suddenly the lights went off. The whole house was dark. Then she heard the door open. Kevin walked inside the kitchen. "You can't run today," he said with a sinister smile. Amara backed away, shaking. "Please, sir, I'm begging you." But Kevin grabbed her. She screamed and struggled. Tears rolled down her face as she fought with everything she had. Just when things seemed hopeless, the front door suddenly opened. It was Madame Rose. She had forgotten an important document and returned home. She froze when she saw Kevin forcing himself on Amara. "What is going on here?" she shouted. Kevin quickly stepped back. Amara collapsed on the floor, crying uncontrollably. For the first time, Madame Rose saw the fear and pain in the young girl's eyes. Amara finally spoke. Between tears, she explained everything Kevin had been doing for months. Madame Rose turned slowly to her son, her face filled with shock and shame. "How could you do this?" she said. Kevin tried to lie, but Amara's tears told the truth. That night, Madame Rose made a decision that changed everything. She called the police. Kevin was arrested. For the first time in months, Amara felt safe. The next morning, Madame Rose sat beside Amara. "I failed you," she said softly. "I treated you like a servant when you were just a child trying to survive." She apologized and gave Amara money to return to her family. Amara left the house with tears in her eyes. But this time, they were not tears of pain. They were tears of freedom, because sometimes even the weakest voice deserves to be heard, and sometimes justice finally finds its way.